Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a fantastic technique in Power BI that can really improve how you visualize and compare your data, specifically, how to set the y-axis in small multiples as either a shared scale or as individual axes for each mini chart. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to switch between these two options, but also understand why you want to use one over the other, depending on the story your data needs to tell. So let's dive right in. First, let's quickly cover what small multiples are, just in case you're new to this feature. Imagine you have a line chart showing your company's sales by month. Small multiples lets you split that single chart into several mini charts, each representing a different category, for example, separate sales charts for every region. It's like turning one big picture into a gallery wall, where each frame spotlights a different group. This makes it so much easier to see patterns, outliers, or trends within each category side by side. Now, when working with small multiples, a crucial decision is whether to use a shared y-axis or give each mini chart its own individual y-axis. Let's break down what that means. If you use a shared axis, all the mini charts use the exact same y-axis scale. This is super helpful when you want to compare values across categories, like figuring out at a glance which region had the highest overall sales. Because each chart is on the same playing field, differences really leap out, just like if everyone's measuring up against the same ruler. On the flip side, you can select individual axis. Here, each small multiple gets its own y-axis scale, tailored to the range of values in that particular category. This comes in handy if you care more about the shape or trend of data within each group, rather than the absolute values between them. Maybe you have some smaller regions whose sales get squished down and look flat compared to the big players. Using an individual axis lets each region's story stand out, no matter its size, like letting every singer in a choir shine during their solo without being drowned out by the lead. So how do you actually change these y-axis settings in Power BI? It's straightforward, but let me walk you through it step by step. First, create your visual. This could be a line, bar, or column chart. Set it up with your main axis, say month, place your values field as sales, and assign your small multiples field, for example, region. Once your multiples appear as mini charts, click to select the visual. Then head over to the Format pane, that's the paint roller icon in Power BI. Find the section labeled Y-axis and click to expand it. Look for Scale Range, this is where you'll make your choice. If you want all your small multiples to share the same Y-axis scale, select Shared. Need each chart to adjust to its own data, pick Individual. It's as simple as flipping a switch, but it makes a world of difference in how your audience interprets the visuals. Let's quickly run through some real examples just to make things concrete for you. Imagine you're comparing sales across regions. If you want to highlight which regions sold the most or least, stick with a shared y-axis. But if you want to dig into growth trends within small or emerging regions, say to see if they're catching up or have seasonal peaks, go with individual axes. Just keep in mind. With individual scales, comparing values across charts is trickier because each one might stretch or shrink its scale to fit its own range. If viewers get confused, consider adding data labels to show the numbers explicitly. That little bit of extra context can make the charts much more readable. Alright, to sum up, anytime you're using small multiples in Power BI, you can easily toggle between shared and individual y-axis scaling in the Format pane. Just find y-axis, then Scale Range, and pick the option that fits your analytical goals. Shared is best for direct comparison. Individual is great for highlighting trends within each category. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you have any questions or want to see more Power BI tips. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical tutorials just like this. See you in the next video.